Hi, welcome back to Between the Benches, your go-to place for all hockey news. My name is Austin,
And my name's JJ.
and we're going to be covering the Vegas versus Chicago series. So let's hop right in.
Starting off with the Chicago playoff stats, they went 3-1-0 against the Edmonton Oilers, which gave them the 8th seed in the West. They had 16 goals for, which is second in the postseason, and 15 goals against, which was 22nd. So definitely a high-scoring games that they were played against the Edmonton Oilers. Their power play was 22.2% successful, making them 9th in the league, and their penalty kill was 70.6% successful, giving them the 23rd best penalty kill. And their coach's name is Jeremy Colton.
Yeah, Chicago did pretty good, especially when everyone expected nothing from them. On the Vegas side of things, they went 3-0, becoming the first seed in the West, played fantastic. 15 goals for, putting them third. 10 goals against, putting them 11th, so not great on the defense, but their offense was really kicking. A 27.3% power play, making them 6th, so pretty great, and an 80% penalty kill, which places them 16th, which they're definitely going to want to put up. Their coach is Peter DeBoer, which is a huge change from their last coach, and that's just really a kind of a weird shift, especially because DeBoer comes from the rival the Sharks, and kicking Gallant, a really favorite of the team. But they seem to respond to him well, and they're doing really great with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Leading the way with goals for the Chicago Blackhawks was Jonathan Toews with 4 goals. He definitely had a great start against Edmonton and is going to likely carry that on in this playoff series.
Yeah, and leading the way for goals for the Vegas Golden Knights is Alex Tuch with 3 goals. Pretty impressive, especially given the minutes that he plays.
With assists, we did have a two-way tie, both with 4, which was Kirby Dach and Duncan Keith, both fantastic players for the Blackhawks.
And on the Vegas end, we have a two-way tie for 3 assists with Nick Cousins and Mark Stone, both playing pretty great in this round robin.
For points, we do head back to the goal leader with Toews. He is the captain serious, and he's definitely going to want one more giddy up at it to win a Stanley Cup.
Vegas Golden Knights point leader was Mark Stone with 5 points. You know, now that he got out of the hellhole that is the Ottawa Senators, he's really looking to flourish in the playoffs.
Heading over to goalie stats, Crawford did play all 4 games for the Blackhawks. He had a 3.75 goals against average, and his save percentage was .891. So not great, and he's going to want to bring that up. But luckily for him, he was playing against McDavid and Draisaitl, so that is a pretty deadly combination.
Yeah, and on the Vegas goaltending end, in 2 games played, Lehner had a .903 save percentage and 2.89 goals against average. They went with Lehner to start it. He's the younger, better goalie compared to Marc-Andre Fleury, but Fleury's no shrug either. 3 Stanley Cups, and I think either goalie they go with, they're going to be pretty fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. For players to watch for the Chicago Blackhawks, I picked Jonathan Toews. He's captain serious after all. He's won 3 Stanley Cups with them, and he has been phenomenal in the starting postseason.
Yeah, for my star, I picked Mark Stone. He's been, a wizard on both ends of the ice. Really just a fantastic all-around player. He gels so well with the Vegas Golden Knights. He's such a good player. He's going to be the future captain of this team, and I think he's going to really light it up against Chicago.
For something to prove, I went with Patrick Kane. He is trying to prove that he is one of the greatest American players to ever play the game, and so far he's done a very good job of doing that. So hopefully he can put another Stanley Cup on his record for his sake and be that guy.
Yeah, I blend 2 players here for something to prove. I went with Martinez, who had a really strong showing near the end of the year when he got traded to Vegas. But in the playoffs, he sort of only had 1 assist, wasn't looking great. I think he's going to really want to step up that offensive role that he usually has. I also went with Lehner. He's the new goalie on the block. Looks pretty great. He got shipped off by the Isles with no peace and love there. Came to Chicago, and the Chicago shipped him off again. So I think he really wants to grind an axe against his former team, and he's really going to try to prove something against them.
Yeah, absolutely. For a rebound player, I put Dylan Strome. Hasn't been fantastic in the NHL so far. He did have a better couple seasons with the Blackhawks compared to his time in Arizona, but I do believe he's still trying to rebound back to his old form of with the Otters and with Canada being the captain of their team. So hopefully for his sake, we can see the old Strome rather than the new Strome.
For my rebound player, I had Max Pacioretty, another player looking back to former glory that he wants to achieve again. That trade originally looked like a pretty good ace in the hole for Vegas, but he's been pretty mediocre for them, while Nick Suzuki looks great for Montreal. Draft picks are looking great for Montreal, and so I think Pacioretty is really going to look out to even the playing field on this one a little bit more.
For playoff warrior, I picked Duncan Keith. The reason I picked Duncan Keith is he's been there, he's done it all, he's one of the top mans. And now that Seabrook isn't there to be that other star alongside with him, he's really going to have to be that big, strong warrior, which he has already been for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, for my playoff order, I picked Ryan Reeves. The Muffin Man's definitely the most scary player going to be out there on the ice. He's definitely going to want to bully Chicago. Chicago doesn't really have anyone who can step up to that. And if he can chip in a goal here and there, I think he'll be the most effective player on the Vegas Golden Knights to really turn the tides of battle.
For my young gun, I put Kubalik. He's been fantastic this year for the Blackhawks jumping into the league. And he's really proven that he can be a star player. And hopefully we'll see that continued on the playoffs.
Yeah, for my gun I picked to watch, I picked White Cloud. He's not exactly a flashy player. He won't blow you away or anything, but he's a solid defenseman. Vegas's defense is very weak, and so to be able to bring in this young player to come in and really show what he can do, I think he'll really help anchor it down and provide a good couple of wins there.
Perfect. Speaking of that, let's head into our picks.
Absolutely.
My pick for the playoff series is going to be the Vegas Golden Knights in 6. I do believe it's going to be a hard battled series. I did underestimate Chicago against Edmonton. I did pick them winning, but not in that amount of games. But I believe we are going to see a strong Chicago, but I do think Vegas is just going to be too strong for them in the end with all the star power they have.
I picked Vegas winning in 4. Every playoff needs to have their sweeps. I think this is going to be one of them. Vegas is just such a better team. They don't have a guy you can shut down. They're just all good. They're tougher than Edmonton. They're stronger on defense than Edmonton. They got better goaltending than Edmonton. And they're coming to play. They've been to the Stanley Cup final. They know what it takes to get there. And I know Chicago has, but Chicago's core is definitely a lot older. I think they're past their window, where Vegas is just entering it. And I think all these new guys on Vegas, they got on the trade deadline, guys like Stone, Pacioretty, Martinez, are going to want to prove it. And I think Ryan Reeves is going to take the reins and really push Chicago around here.
I do believe almost every Chicago fan is going to disagree with you and say 4 cups, 10 years.
4 cups, 10 years. I think I'm going to say Vegas is going to get a cup in their first 5 years, but I guess we'll leave it up to the series to decide that.
Yes, we will.
So let us know what you guys think down below in the comments. Hit like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in, and stick by for more content.